to it today, and he sent me two big text messages. I used to get so much to do that this afternoon with the Ziggy's. This ain't nothing.
Got speakers. I don't think it's going to be as bad as I'm not going to 3 numbers. I
thought about calling let your company cut a tree for me. I had some big fines out there right now. 20 south. 2 or 3 of them dead as that. One of the tallest ones. There's 3 of them on flies. Million loop. I went on Jean was out there. She's sick. When I went there, it falls. It wasn't here to the wall. They taxes always lost. That pine tree, it still lost her. Straight, like it was healthy, but had 2 years die out. Well, if it falls that way, it's like they can't. Always in the road.
Sheriff, we're ready to go.
All right.
Tonight, our invocation will be given by Commissioner Keith Arnold from the 1st District.
Let us pray. Lord, we thank you for this another day, Lord. You brought us together to discuss the issues of our county. We ask that you help us to make the best decisions for our county, and that we can be mindful that we all ain't going to see everything the same way, but we can all be friends and work for the betterment of our county. We ask you to be with those who are sick and afflicted, that you might reach down and touch their bodies and heal it. Be thy will. We ask you to be with our leaders of our state, our county, our nation, and to bless America, keep her strong and free. All these things we ask in your precious name.
Amen. Commissioner Barry Holland from the 5th District, will you lead us in our pledge, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Thank you. Yeah. Appreciate it.
Here.
Here.
Here. Here.
One Glassley,
Present.
Gary Fur,
Here.
Wayne Fowler,
Here.
Sonny Hall,
Here.
Bill Elkin, Mike Nunnery,
Here.
Gary Collins,
Here.
Gary Key,
Here.
Gary Fry,
Here.
Jeff Murphy,
Here.
Roseanne Ward.
Present. Number 1 is the approval of our agenda. I need a motion and a second. Tonight, since we don't have our pads to vote so we can see who made the motion and second, please raise your hand. We have a motion by Commissioner Price. Need a second? Second by Commissioner Holland. All in favor of the agenda, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? There are none, so the agenda is approved. Number 2 is our citizens forum. We have 3 names tonight to speak in the citizens forum, and I think 2 of these have already spoke, so you know you've got 5 minutes tonight. So please make your comments short within your 5 minutes. The first one is Tim Vick. Please come forward.
I'll try to be quick. I know I blew it last time, but good evening. My name is Tim Vick. I'm a resident of the 2nd District. I stood before y'all in November in opposition of the Flock resolution, and this very commission voted it down. Never in my mind would I have thought I'd be standing before you again in opposition to the very same resolution. Yet here I am respectfully urging you to vote no on the Flock resolution based on privacy, cybersecurity concerns, potential financial liabilities due to large legal settlements, and based on the lack of any robust oversight. First and foremost, the adoption of any surveillance technologies like Flock pose significant risk to personnel privacy. These systems collect and store vast amounts of data on the movements of ordinary, law-abiding citizens, regardless of whether they are suspected of any wrongdoing. Ultimately, this creates a chilling effect where residents feel monitored and uneasy in their own communities. Beyond privacy, there are cybersecurity risks associated with electronic surveillance. As you can imagine, ALPR databases are an attractive target to cyber criminals, and a system's vulnerabilities, if left unchecked, could lead to unauthorized access and data breaches, resulting in sensitive information such as travel patterns and personal associations being exposed, potentially misused, or even sold if proper protections are not in place. Without a rigorous cyber safeguards, our community's data is put at risk. There is also a growing body of legal challenges that highlights the dangers of unchecked ALPR use. Courts across the country are seeing overreach cases involving law enforcement's use of Flock and the lack of due process. These cases demonstrate that communities can and often do prevail and privacy rights are threatened and presented to the courts. And they reinforce the need for clear training and enforceable guidelines before any surveillance is deployed. Oversight, transparency, and accountability are non-negotiable when it comes to public safety initiatives and when they intersect with civil liability liberties. Our public trust demands independent auditing, regular public reporting on its use and its effectiveness. Residents deserve to know how their data is handled, who is accessing their data, and what safeguards are in place to prevent misuse. Ultimately, the foundation of public safety is community trust. Rushing the adoption of this Flock resolution without meaningful oversight only fosters suspicion and fear. We must prioritize developing strong policies, oversight mechanisms, and clear avenues for public engagement before considering implementation. In closing, the decision before you tonight carries far-reaching consequences for privacy, potential financial liabilities, and loss of public trust. I urge this commission to proceed with caution, demand full accountability, and reject this resolution until adequate safeguards, oversight, and transparency are in place. Our community deserves a thoughtful, responsible approach, one that protects both our safety and our civil liberties. Thank you, and I encourage you to vote no on this resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Vick. Next is Robert Jackson.
Hi, I'm Robert Jackson, and I'll start off with one point, and then I'll jump into the major thing that I want to talk about. Just this last week, in the 3 weeks in January, I worked for a team at my company that unveiled our AI product at the Consumer Electronics Show. We increased our company's value by 60%. We added $25 billion to the worth of our company. I ran past the facts that are being tossed around here to my team. These are leading MIT PhD AI experts. Is Flock a single source provider? They said no. Does it keep info on everyone? They said yes. Does it do plate-to-face recognition? They said yes. So my main point is I'm a little bit concerned that we didn't go out for any competitive bids at all. A simple search on the web shows that Axon does plate readers, Motorola does plate readers, and just like Flock does plate readers. If the requirements for the plate readers are that they process an Amber Alert, that they process a Silver Alert, that they do NCIC warrant alerts, that they have cameras, and they do AI plate recognition, does Flock do that? Yes. But does Axon do that? Yes. And does Motorola do that? Yes. So Tennessee has a statute 5.14.204 that says that 3 competitive quotes or bids are required when compared against TC 12.3.12.12, which says that there's a floor for the bids of $25,000. So if you're above $25,000, you have to go out for 3 competitive bids or quotes. TC 12.3.1205 gives an exception for that, which is if the state's the Central Procurement Office has a cooperative purchasing agreement that's a statewide level contract, you don't have to go out for bid. So I took a look, I called up the CPO, the Central Procurement Office, and I spoke with them. I reached out to the district attorney, and I also called the local government audit folks, and we took a look at what's on the CPO website for what contracts meet a cooperative purchasing agreement standard. Axon is on that site for body cameras. They do have a CPA. Motorola is actually the vendor that has the CPA currently until 5/25/2026 when it's going to be renewed for license plate readers. Flock does not have a cooperative purchasing agreement. I'm going to validate that. Some of these phone calls that gave me the official, that's what's on the website. I'm going to have the district attorney, the CPO, and the LGA are calling back within the week, and they're going to give me a definite yes. So if we're going to Flock single sole source, when we know that the other 3 vendors that we do business with for body cameras and other plate readers, if we've gone to them without going out for competitive bid, we've violated 5.14.204, 12.3.1.2, and 12.3.1205. So I would just be careful on voting on this, even having this resolution here. If you can't tell me what the Edison number is for Flock having a CPA, and you're going to go ahead and approve this without going out for competitive bid over $25,000 without having a CPA, you're violating the law. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson. Next is Eileen Davis.
Thank you, Commissioners, for allowing this public comment this evening. My name is Elaine Davis, and I live in District 5. I've been a Camden resident for over 10 years. I care deeply about our community, which is why I'm here to express my concern tonight over the use of Flock surveillance cameras in our community. Before I dive in, I do want to express my deep respect for our local law enforcement. They earn immense respect for the way that they put their lives on the line every single day to protect the people that they serve. And they take an oath to uphold the Constitution and safeguarding the rights and freedoms that define our country. And their commitment, even in the face of danger, is a cornerstone of safe and thriving communities. So I thank you for the job that you do, because we need you. Although there is a long list of issues with Flock cameras, for the sake of time, I'm just going to address 2. Flock surveillance cameras are far more than a simple plate reader. They're not like a regular red light or a speed camera, which prompt for a specific violation. Flock cameras record every vehicle and pedestrian that passes by, not just suspicious activity. All of that information is transmitted through the cellular network, and it's stored on a back-end server creating a digital fingerprint of every vehicle that enters the camera's view. This creates searchable travel histories that doesn't require a warrant to access. More agencies, businesses, and including even HOAs have access to this information, so it's not limited to just law enforcement. Any law enforcement agency that accesses this information without a warrant runs headfirst into the Fourth Amendment. As we all know, the Fourth Amendment protects people from unreasonable government searches and requires law enforcement to obtain a warrant based on probable cause before accessing this sensitive data. Yet FLOC's system is already being misused by different agencies across the country, prompting a wave of lawsuits from citizens whose constitutional rights are being violated. From 2018, the Supreme Court case, Carpenter versus United States, is already being cited in these lawsuits, challenging FLOC cameras. That case dealt with the privacy of historical cell site location information, and the court held that government agencies violate the Fourth Amendment when they access location records without probable cause and a warrant. The same logic applies directly to FLOC. If police use FLOC-generated travel data in court without first obtaining a warrant, then the town will be held liable for the financial consequences. And finally, because FLOC camera systems are funded with taxpayer dollars, the data they collect is considered public information. This means anyone can request specific images or location records through a simple FOIA request. Of course, that's an acronym for Freedom of Information Act. The Tennessee Code, this falls under the Tennessee Public Records Act, Tennessee Code annotated 10-7-503. A Washington state judge has already ruled in his state that FLOC data qualifies as a public record. So the word is getting out. Anyone who has dealt with a jealous ex or a stalker or any form of harassment understands the dangers that this creates. For these reasons alone, I urge you to vote no on adopting FLOC safety, just as many cities around the country have already done. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ms. Davis. Number 3 on our agenda is the Commissioner's Forum. Do we have a commissioner? Commissioner Price, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Madam Chairman, Mr. Mayor, fellow commissioners, I'm going to be very clear because I feel transparency is of the utmost importance with what I'm about to say. In May of 2024, this commission met in executive session with Mayor Mark Ward and Ms. Amber Shaw of the law firm Harris, Shelton, Hanover, and Walsh to discuss potential negotiation and litigation with an airport tenant. There was no county attorney present at that meeting. Members of the Benton County Airport Advisory Board were initially present but were excused by the commission chairman prior to the start of the meeting due to confidentiality concerns. That decision correctly recognized this is a matter restricted to the client, which is this county commission. That executive session in May of 2024 is the only time this commission has been formally briefed on this litigation. Months later, this legislative body and the public learned through reporting in the Camden Chronicle that Benton County had filed a lawsuit against the aforementioned tenant seeking $500,000. This commission was not convened and no update was provided. Later, another Camden Chronicle article reported that Benton County was being countersued by the same tenant. Again, there was no briefing, no executive session, and no communication of this body or to this body. Yet, the Benton County Airport Advisory Board was being updated. On October the 6th, the Airport Advisory Board minutes, which I have right here, if anybody'd like to look at them, reflect that Mayor Ward updated the board on litigation with a tenant. Again, on October 5th, 2026, this last meeting. The Airport Advisory Board met again, and the minutes reflect something more troubling. The mayor presented documentation allegedly from attorney Amber Shaw, and legal advice was conveyed to the board. Based on that advice, a motion was made, seconded, voted on, and passed to regain control of hangars C and F. Let me be very direct. This commission, the governing authority, and the client has not seen that documentation. This commission did not receive that legal advice, and this commission did not authorize that action. Yet the airport did. The airport board did. That raises serious questions and legal concerns for me. Why is a non-elected board being briefed on active litigation when the county commission is not? Why is attorney documentation being presented outside of the client body? Has attorney-client privilege been compromised? Are any voting members of the airport board that voted on this action currently on a waiting list for hangar space? As commissioners, we're responsible for county property, county finances, and county liability. Decisions based on legal advice, especially during active litigation, must come before this body. They do not belong in sidebar updates, press reports, or board meetings. In my judgment, this matter should have been reviewed by the Benton County Property Committee and brought to the full commission before any action was taken. What has occurred is a breakdown in our process and transparency and oversight. Therefore, I am formally requesting that our county attorney, Mr. King, immediately intervene and schedule an executive session of this commission. That session must explain where the county stands in all current litigation, what actions have been taken, under whose authority those actions were taken, what documentation has been shared, and what risks or exposures the county currently faces. If this commission is expected to answer to our constituents, then this commission must first be fully informed. Madam Chairman, I yield the floor. Thank you.
I wanted to know if Daniel needs to address him on that.
You want to ask him? Okay.
Would you like to address Mr. Price?
Sure. In relation to trying to have attorney-client meeting, it sounded like he was requesting more of a general one with me, and that's great. We'll do that. But even more specifically in relation to what's, I guess, referred to around here as the airport lawsuit, which is the matter of Benton County versus Darrell Berry and Darrell Berry versus Benton County. I actually come tonight with some dates, some proposed dates for what I would call an attorney-client meeting to occur with the full commission and attorney Amber Shaw, who is the attorney handling that lawsuit on behalf of the county. Those dates are February 23rd, 25th, or 26th. And our hope is that we can nail down that date tonight, all the guys present, and so that we can plan for that meeting on whichever date is going to work for the commission between those three that were provided. And as far as, I guess, a meeting with myself and the commission, we plan to do that in conjunction with one of our normal county monthly meetings. And if you guys have a particular month that you want to let me know, we'll plan to do that. It's next month, if there's some other month that's preferred, just let me know.
Thank you, Mr. King.
Any other commissioner?
Yes, ma'am.
Just a minute. Commissioner Fowler, you're recognized.
You know, I'd come to talk about the airport too, but let's touch base also, kind of finish up what he was saying. Apparently, the advisory board at the airport has marked, have you got a copy of the document that you passed around during the board meeting that give them authority to move Mr. Berry's stuff out of his hangars? Because that's what's happened, folks. We got litigation going on. And apparently, I went down there today to just double check and couldn't find nobody there. But apparently, we moved all of Mr. Berry's stuff out of his 2 hangars, and we got this litigation going on. You know, I don't know, surely to God, y'all ain't working off a paper saying that if Mr. Berry dies, you know, the deal's over with, because that ain't what's in the resolution about the buildings. This airport has always been a trouble spot. It's always, and I'm sorry folks, it's always been a clique, no matter what the clique was. I look back to 2020-21, this airport lost $32,000 there. Wasn't bad. On fuel sales, we lost $929. And I'm just leading up to what else we need to do, or what I think might be right, and maybe some other can have other things. I look back on 2024-25. On just fuel sales, we lost $2,860. We lost almost, being lenient, we lost $100,000 in 2025. And if you want to look these reports up, you can go to the Benton County Mayor's office and pull what the analyzed for the airport is, and then compare it to what the trustee has deposited. But what I'm getting at is, we've got a lawsuit going on. We got a lawsuit going on, and right now, at the present day, we've lost about $55,000 from 2025 to now, and that's just the total. I didn't have time to break the fuel down. We got a lawsuit going on, and we moved Mr. Berry's stuff out of his hangars. Has the county attorney, since Mr. Belton was asked to resign, has the county attorney, anybody went and talked to the family and tried to work this out? Because me and Keith Arnold was both approached by Mr. Berry that he would like to work this out. My response, I don't want to repeat my response when I pass this on to leadership. But can you confirm that he wanted to work something out about some hangars? That's nodding yes. I know she ain't got a speaker, so thank you. What I'm saying is, we got a court date coming up February the 9th. All that court date is for is a motion to do mediation, court-ordered-like mediation, and also a motion to take Mr. Berry's name off and put a family member's on the lawsuit. That's all it is. You're fixing to spend a lot of money. If anybody knows what court-ordered mediation costs, it's going to cost. I pulled the attorney's fees, and I can't tell. We had the lawsuit with the sheriff, and Miss Shaw's made quite a bit of jack off of us. But between it and what Mr. Melton has done, I'd say we spent almost $30,000-$40,000 already on this. I say, what's going to happen now that we've moved all of this stuff out of Mr. Berry's hangars and put them somewhere else? I want to know where the piece of paper is and what authorized to do that. I really do.
I'll let you speak to the attorneys. We're in a lawsuit, and talking all this stuff publicly when we're in the middle of a lawsuit is not.
That's fine. It's the Benton County that's in the lawsuit.
It's not what Amber Shaw asked y'all to do as commissioners when she invited y'all to that meeting and let you know what's going on.
Well, that's another thing.
This is not what we're supposed to be doing, is discussing a lawsuit publicly.
It's everything I have right here, Mr. Ward. It's public. Every piece.
We set up the meetings for them.
Oh, slow my time down then, okay? Stop my time. Go ahead then.
No, I'm just trying to say, in all these figures that you're quoting losses on this year and that year, you're going to have to do a little bit more ciphering, if you will, to figure out how much.
Got it.
How much fuel's in the tanks in the ground? Because you're only.
That don't mean crap.
Well, hold on just a second, if you'll let me speak, because you're misrepresenting to the people that you're talking to when you're saying how much we bought and how much we sold, and we lost this much. When you've got 10,000 gallons sitting out there in the tanks, that's $40,000 or $50,000 worth. You've got to do a little bit more figuring if you're going to quote that there's a loss, because there's not.
Well, I did a full year thing, and we got from last year. I did a full year thing.
I understand.
Look, do you not know I was in the military for 32 years and worked for the DOD and did the fuel thing, did the hazmat stuff? Yeah. Man, you're blowing smoke.
No.
What I'm asking you to do is, folks, we got a problem. We got a problem. I'm asking you, I'd like to see a motion that we halt on this lawsuit and let our county attorney reach out to Miss Berry or whoever's over that right there, and see if we can stop this. Your next court date is nothing but a motion, and it's all public. You can go right up here to the top. It's nothing but a motion to change the names on the defendant and a court order mediation or something of that nature. That's all it is. Nobody's talked to. Keith, at least stand up and say he did tell he would give up some hangers and do some stuff. Did he or did he not? Did he? Okay. Good deal. Thank you.
You're welcome. Me and Mr. Berry did have a discussion back before the lawsuit was filed, and he was, wanting to try to work it out. He did not want to sue Benton County. And we discussed some things, and then, of course, we went into the lawsuit. Of course, that was the end of it. He was interested in having this, do that he was working in Benton County. He had some health issues, and he did not want to go into a lawsuit. But this is where we are. So,
this is where we are.
Discussion.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the other side of it I want to talk to you about, with all this money lost, it's plain as day. You can blow smoke up everything. The numbers don't lie. The amount of fuel left over in the tank don't mean crap. It's what you spent with Titan Fuel. It's what you took in the deposit of the trustee. It don't mean nothing. Well, the other side I want to talk to everyone about, that we need to look into maybe leasing the airport out to an FBO, a fixed base. I think it's called a fixed base operation. A fixed base operation. This is something that would benefit the county. I've actually talked to the county attorney about that and asked him to look into that a little bit. This would end, don't mean it bad, folks, but this would end all the clicks we got out there. They can run that airport. We'll still have a service, and we don't have to mess with it. Any good fixed-based operation has the way to get grants. There's quite a few here in the state of Tennessee that run like that. There's 76 airports. I think 30-something are run under fixed base. Now, you've got one over here combined right now with Decatur County and Lexington that's fixed base. There's something that we need to look at, and I want to put that out there, and I'd like everybody to Google that fixed base operation, look at it. Don't get me wrong, a fixed base will be like a Love's. You can get a lot of people in, let them make the money, pay your lease, and let's enjoy having an airport if we ever do get industry or whatever we got on our mind. But I yield the floor. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Since he's brought this up, he's quoted numbers that are not true. Yeah, whatever you want to do with these bills, since he's told these things that aren't true.
Okay, we'll do that later.
What do you think?
Commissioner Preston?
As for building a new elementary school, I'm not against it. I'm not for it. Let's talk about it. I want to hear the conversation. I want to be a part of the conversation. Just some school and county facts, numbers for the commission to take home and study on. I give this commission, including me, a failing grade as to keeping our county school board educated on Benton County's revenues and expenditures. There's 3,113 counties in the United States. 311 of these counties make up the bottom 10%. They're considered to be the distressed counties in the United States. Benton County is considered being at risk of being distressed. Only 28 counties from the bottom 10%. Benton County is at. In 2023, Benton County was ranked 22nd of all Tennessee's 95 counties as to the county dollars per student given to our schools. Rutherford County, Henry County, Sumner County, Dixon County, we're ranked up there with the big counties. 22nd. Benton County is ranked 76 in population, yet we're ranked 57th in total county dollars going to the county schools. Here's where I think the school board should be given a D grade or worse. A subject that needs attention, needs to be talked about, and that subject is teachers' pay. We have failed bringing this subject to light long ago. Of the 148 Tennessee school districts, Benton County is only 16 districts from the bottom, lowest paid licensed school teachers. Of the 1,904 schools in Tennessee, only 113 schools pay their teachers less than Benton County. Benton County's licensed educators earn $8,050 a year less than the state average licensed school teacher. Benton County has about 180 licensed teachers. And just bringing their pay up to the state's average would take a truckload of money. And as for me, this is just as important a subject as a new school. It is here where I think the school board can go, can review, do an analysis, reconsider, and use these dollars for higher teachers' pay. Looking at the school's budget, you'll find a transportation account on page 73. Actual dollars amount will show you from 2016 until 2024, the growth of the transportation account, $981,000. This is 108% increase in over 8 years. Compare this to the rest of the school's budget, minus the transportation account, same year's actual dollars, 22.3% growth. The cost to hire bus drivers and benefits from 2017 until 2026, estimated and actual dollars, better than $1.5 million. Reminding you that 2016 bus drivers and benefits for the bus drivers was $0. Transportation equipment. This is the line item where school buses are purchased from. If not all these dollars, most of these dollars went to purchase school buses, a little better than $1.3 million. County-owned school buses versus contract with vehicle owners. Looks to me the school board has made the decision to move towards county-owned buses without a conversation with the county. As of now, the price tag since 2017 has cost the county and the state $3 million. The 2026 estimated dollars for drivers and benefits is better than $573,000 and another $75,000 for maintenance and repairs. None of us knows where this is going to stop. Purchasing buses, hiring drivers, these expenditures will reoccur next year and the next year and continue to increase unless the school board changes their path, changes their minds. It is my opinion these dollars are better spent on significant raises for the teachers and the contracted vehicle owners. 471 less students enrolled in our schools than in 2005. A subject that's close to me that never gained much traction. We have a school board that proposed a new school budget with a price tag of school board proposed a new school with a price tag of between $33 and $40 million. The school board hasn't given the county a balanced budget since 2013. The school board crafted a 2026 budget that is underfunded better than $4.8 million. An estimated school budget of $29,316,061. This is $6.6 million greater than actual dollars of just 2 years ago. A 29.2% estimated increase in only 2 years. Massive school budgets, a new school. Yeah, let's talk about it.
Mr. President.
I'm learning my way around, 10 seconds. I'm learning my way around the state school board, the state school report card. And at first glance, Benton County is below the state average in school grades. This combined with the low teachers' pay, this combined with the large county dollars per student, the school board needs to be asked, what are we getting for our money? How about a college and career readiness data for this commission? Chairman, I yield the floor. Thank you.
Thank you. Before we move on, any other commissioners? Commissioner Arnold.
Madam Chair, just a little information. This is Commissioner Freshman talk. I sat on the school board for 16 years. Some of those numbers, my daughter's an educator, and she can make more dollars per hour going to another county school in another county. But what those numbers don't reflect is those counties don't provide benefits to insurance to those teachers. So if they go to another county, even though they're making more per hour, how can they pay their own insurance stuff? They're not coming out with no more money. Benton County may pay a little bit less per hour, but they provide better benefits than these other county schools. Or you would be losing every school teacher in Benton County to Decatur County or Turner County or Henry, although we do lose some, but they don't include their benefits. Back to the transportation part, years ago, we all rode the bus. Some of you had horses on the hitch, but Jerry. We had 20 some odd independent contractors driving buses in our county. Now we're down to probably what, about 8, Mark, is that about right? 8 or 9, 6 independent contractors driving buses. You can't find a bus driver in Benton County, Decatur County, Henry County, Humphreys County, anywhere in the state of Tennessee. Nobody wants to drive a bus. You know, they ain't a lot of money, okay? But you went from all these contractors now to just 6 of them now. And yes, the county school board bought some buses. When I was on the school board, I was in favor instead of the independent contractors. If Mr. Melton's family had had a bus all these years and wanted to keep that bus route going, then I was all in favor for an independent contractor. But if they was just going to sell that, you know, sell the bus that was out of line, effectively, they were selling the county route, what they was doing. So the school system decided to turn around and buy their own buses over time and increase, you know, they have their own buses, they would have to end up with all your contractors quitting at once. So a lot of our contractors are all up in their age. Just more information, just that.
Thank you.
Can I respond? Don't make me look flaky.
Forgive me, I only had 5 minutes, and so I've deleted where my information come from. The portion that the commissioner just spoke of, the school pay for the teachers, that information come from the comptrollers of the Treasury's Office of Research and Education Accountability. A person named Allison Pams provided me with a link to find that information. Thank you.
Okay, I see no others, so we're going to move on to number 4 on our agenda is the county mayor. Do you have anything at this moment?
I don't think so.
Okay. Mr. King, do you have anything that you'd like to say at this moment?
The only thing I would add maybe is in relation to the lawsuit and the upcoming court date. Those motions, specifically the motion to substitute the proper party, that's a technicality. It's a technical thing, but it's a reality. It must happen, and so it's not trivial. I mean, it's technical, but it's not trivial, and so that must happen for the matter to move forward. Mr. Berry, being deceased now, there's not a proper party before the court, so the party has to be brought in. Generally, it would be the estate. As it stands right now, that's an open question, and counsel that was representing Mr. Berry is still counsel of record, but has to disclose their intention in relation to who that next party will be. So, and even if and when they do disclose that, it's still necessary that it must come before the court. The court has to order that substitution. So that just to flesh that out some, that's what will, the main thing I would say that will happen on February the 9th is that will take place and move forward hopefully.
What about the mediation, Mr. King?
The motion for mediation is just that. It's asking the court to order mediation. Generally, the way things are in Tennessee, and especially in West Tennessee, most all judges require mediation. Sometimes you see one party or the other moving that the mediation be ordered if they're having to convince maybe a carrier or something that's an expensive to endure. But most all judges require mediation before they allow a matter to actually be brought to trial.
On what me and Keith relayed to you about him wanting to work something out, would that be something against, I mean, you're our county attorney. Would that be something that you would be interested in talking with whoever takes over and whatever they do after the 9th, and see if we could work something out about this before this gets any more expensive than what it is? Is that something that you could do or not?
As it stands now, I'm not counsel of record in relation to this lawsuit, so that's something that the county attorney for this particular lawsuit, Ms. Amber Call, that would be something she would need to address. And we're trying to have this meeting, and on that one, I don't know when in the meeting tonight, we're going to nail down that date, announce proper time, to go ahead and set the date for the meeting with Ms. Shaw, for February 23, 25, or 26. I believe that's a Monday, Wednesday, or Thursday. I don't know how we handle that matter, Madam Chair.
We will handle that at the end of the meeting at any other business. Okay, next on our agenda is the approval of the minutes. I need a motion and a second to approve our minutes from previous meeting. I have a motion by Commissioner Nunley and a second by Commissioner Arnold. All in favor of approving the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Does anyone oppose? Okay. Next is the report of the public utilities. I need a motion and a second. Motion by Commissioner Bain, second by, I need a hand, Commissioner Arnold, Holland. All in favor of approving this report, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay. Number 7 on the agenda is the appointment to fill the 3rd District School Board vacancy. If you are here for that appointment, please stand. Okay, it looks like we only have one, so will you come forward and introduce yourself?
Good evening. My name is Michael Gaskin. I'm here tonight for you to consider me for the 3rd District School Board appointment. I've lived in Benton County all my life. I'm a 2010 graduate of CHS. I currently live in the 3rd District with my wife, Chelsea, and our 2 children, all 3 of which are in our school system. My wife has been a 4th grade teacher at Briarwood for 12 years, our youngest son in kindergarten, and our oldest a sophomore at CHS. I see how important the decisions made by the school board can be. These decisions affect the students, the parents, the teachers, and the community as a whole. I'd like to do my part and help ensure that our schools stay safe and are providing the best opportunities possible for my kids, your kids, and every student in Benton County. I care about the future of our public schools, the students, families, the educators who depend on them. I believe strong schools are the foundation of a strong community, and if appointed, I intend to listen to those served by our school system and make decisions based on facts, fairness, and what is best for our students in the long term. I will learn, work hard, serve, and represent this community to the best of my ability. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Does anyone have a question for Michael? Okay, so there are no questions. Thank you, Michael. Since we have to do this by roll call vote, and we only have one person present, so you'll be voting yes or no for Michael Gaskin for the 3rd District School Board vacancy. So I guess when you call out their name, you just vote yes or no, since we only have one.
Yes.
Marty Douglas,
Yes.
James Lane,
Yes.
Ken Miller,
Yes.
Marty Preston,
Yes.
Brett Burt,
Yes.
Frank Lashley,
Yes.
Gary Bird,
Yes.
Dwayne Fowler,
Yes.
Sonny Hall,
Yes.
Bill Melton,
Yes.
Mike Nunnery,
Yes.
Terry Collins,
Yes.
Terry King,
Yes.
Jerry Price,
Yes.
Jeff Murphy,
Yes. Yes.
Roseanne Ward.
Pass.
Anyone wish to change their vote? Motion carries 16 yes.
Okay. We're going to take just a 10-minute break and let the Madam Clerk, Wanda, swear Michael in as school board member. So Michael, could you come forward? Chelsea, you and Bryce can come with him if you'd like to. Just do it right out there by the microphone.
I do solemnly swear or affirm to support the Constitution of Tennessee and the United States, and to faithfully perform the duties of the office of member of Board of Education representing the Third Education District of the County.
I do.
Yes, sir. Who? Oh. Somebody's coming to see you.
Maybe we can pretty smooth on now through the resolution.
Okay, we're down to our resolutions on our agenda, so we've got resolution number 1. This is. Resolution 1 is a resolution by Mayor Mark Ward to budget funds in the amount of $8,334 received from an airport terminal renovation grant to proper line items for expenditure. Need a motion? Motion by Melton, second. Second by Holland. Any discussion? Okay, I see none, so roll call please, Madam Clerk.
Steve Arnold,
Yes.
Marty Douglas,
Yes.
Judy Byron. Yes. Kenneth Miller.
Yes.
Rocky Preston,
If Arnold voted for it, I'm gonna vote against it. I'm just kidding, I'm for it.
and Brett Bird,
Yes.
Yes.
Frank Lashley,
Yes.
Gary Bird,
Yes.
Wayne Fowler,
Missing in action. Okay.
Johnny Hall,
Yes.
Bill Melton,
Yes.
Mike Nunnery,
Yes.
Gary Holland,
Yes.
Gary King,
Yes.
Gary Price,
Yes.
Jeff Murphy,
Yes.
Roseanne Ward.
Yes.
Anyone wish to change their vote? Motion carries 16 yes.
Resolution 2 is a resolution by Mayor Mark Ward to budget funds in the amount of $1,426.36 received from grant refunds to a proper line item for expenditure. Motion? Who said that? Melton, second by Bain. Any questions? Okay, there are none, so roll call please.
Steve Arnold,
Yes.
Marty Douglas,
Yes.
Judy Byron, Kenneth Miller,
Yes.
Rocky Preston,
Yes.
Brett Bird,
Yes.
Frank Lashley,
Yes.
Gary Bird,
Yes.
Wayne Fowler,
Which one am I? Oh, number 2. Yes.
Johnny Hall,
Yes.
Bill Melton,
Yes.
Mike Nunnery,
Yes.
Gary Holland,
Yes.
Gary King,
Yes.
Gary Price,
Yes.
Jeff Murphy,
Yes.
Roseanne Ward.
Yes.
Anyone wish to change their vote? Motion carries 17.
Resolution 3 is a resolution by the Director of Schools, Mark Florence. It's a resolution by the Benton County Schools, Mark Florence, to budget funds in the amount of $10,400 received from a youth trust grant to the school's budget. Motion? Motion by Arnold, second by Douglas. Any questions? Or none, roll call, please.
Keith Arnold,
Yes.
Marty Douglas,
Yes.
Debbie Bang,
Yes.
Rodney Perez,
Yes.
Greg Bird,
Yes.
Frank Lashley,
Yes.
Derek Bird,
Yes.
Dwayne Fowler,
Yes.
Glenn Hall,
Yes.
Bill Melton,
Yes.
Mike Nunnery,
Yes.
Gary Holland,
Yes.
Gary King,
Yes.
Gary Price,
Yes.
Jeff Murphy,
Yes.
Roseanne Ward,
Yes.
anyone who wishes to change their vote, motion carries 17 yes.
Resolution 4 is a resolution by Director of Schools, Mark Florence, to budget funds in the amount of $205,719 received from state TISA outcomes allocation funds to the school budget. Motion by Holland, second by Arnold. Any questions? Okay, roll call, please.
Keith Arnold,
Yes.
Marty Douglas,
Yes.
Debbie Bang, Dennis Miller,
Yes.
Rodney Preston,
Yes.
Greg Bird,
Yes.
Frank Lashley,
Yes.
Gary Bird,
Yes.
Dwayne Fowler,
Yes.
Glenn Hall,
Yes.
Bill Melton,
Yes.
Mike Nunnery,
Yes.
Gary Holland,
Yes.
Gary King,
Yes.
Gary Price,
Yes.
Jeff Murphy,
Yes.
Roseanne Ward.
Yes.
Anyone wish to change their vote? Motion carries 17 yes.
Resolution 5 is a resolution by Sheriff Ken Christopher to appropriate funds in the amount of $59,690 from the unassigned fund balance of the general fund to an expenditure line item within the Sheriff's Department's budget for the purchase of a mental health transport vehicle as covered under the mental health transport grant. Motion by Commissioner Price
Second.
and a second by Commissioner King.
We need to
We have an amendment for this resolution. So who wants to make a motion to amend? Commissioner Melton? Okay. And Commissioner Bain for the amendment. Commissioner Melton, do you want to explain where the amendments
The
are?
amendment is to change where the funding is coming from. The original money that came in for the grant was placed in other grants, and the original was taking all the money out of the unassigned fund balance. So we needed to take the $36,830 from other state grants, and then the remaining balance out of the unassigned fund balance to make a total of $59,690. Just a change in where the money was coming from.
Okay. He said it was just a change in where the money came from. So if you're for the amendment, vote when you have a roll call vote, please.
Keith Arnold,
Yes.
Marty Douglas,
Yes.
Debbie Bang,
Yes.
Dennis Miller,
Yes.
Rodney Preston,
Yes.
Greg Bird,
Yes.
Frank Lashley,
Yes.
Gary Bird,
Yes.
Dwayne Fowler,
Yes.
Sonny Hall,
Yes.
Bill Melton,
Yes.
Mike Nunnery,
Yes.
Gary Holland,
Yes.
Gary King,
Yes.
Gary Price,
Yes.
Jeff Murphy,
Yes.
Roseanne Ward.
Yes.
Anyone wish to change the amendment? 17 yes.
Okay. Now, we will vote for this resolution as it was just amended. Roll call vote, please.
Keith Arnold,
Yes.
Marty Douglas,
Yes.
Debbie Bang, Dennis Miller,
Yes.
Rodney Perez,
Yes.
Greg Bird,
Yes.
Frank Lashley,
Yes.
Gary Bird,
Yes.
Dwayne Fowler,
Yes.
Sonny Hall,
Yes.
Bill Melton,
Yes.
Mike Nunnery,
Yes.
Gary Holland,
Yes.
Gary King,
Yes.
Gary Price,
Yes.
Jeff Murphy,
Yes.
Roseanne Ward.
Yes.
Anyone wish to change their vote? 17 yes. We have an amendment.
Number 13 is Resolution 6. It's a resolution by the sheriff to budget funds in the amount of $7,000 $18.53 received from various sources in the month of December to various line items for expenditure. Motion by Bain and second by Melton. Any questions? Roll call, please.
Eddie Darnell,
Yes.
Marty Douglas,
Yes.
Debbie Bain, yes, Ken Miller,
Yes.
Rocky Preston,
Yes.
Dennis Byrd,
Yes.
Greg Lashley,
Yes.
Gary Byrd,
Yes.
Dwayne Fowler,
Yes.
Sonny Hall,
Yes.
Bill Melton,
Yes.
Mike Nunnery,
Yes.
Gary Holland,
Yes.
Gary Key,
Yes.
Gary Price,
Yes.
Jeff Murphy,
Yes.
Roseanne Ward,
Yes.
anyone wish to change their vote? 17 yes, motion carries.
Resolution 7 is a resolution by Sheriff Ken Christopher to budget funds in the amount of $528.74 received from insurance payments on damaged Sheriff Department vehicles to an expenditure line item to allow proper expenditure. Motion by Bain, second by Hall. Any questions? There are none. Roll call.
Keith Darnell,
Yes.
Marty Douglas,
Yes.
Debbie Bain, yes, Ken Miller,
Yes.
Rocky Preston,
Yes.
Greg Byrd,
Yes.
Frank Lashley,
Yes.
Gary Byrd,
Yes.
Dwayne Fowler,
Yes.
Sonny Hall,
Yes.
Bill Melton,
Yes.
Mike Nunnery,
Yes.
Gary Holland,
Yes.
Gary Key,
Yes.
Gary Price,
Yes.
Jeff Murphy,
Yes.
Roseanne Ward,
Yes.
anyone wish to change their vote? Motion carries, 17 yes.
Resolution 8 is a resolution by Mayor Mark Ward to budget funds in the amount of $1,000 received from donations to proper line items for expenditure in the animal shelter budget. Motion by Murphy, second by King. Any questions? Okay. Roll call, please.
Keith Darnell,
Yes.
Marty Douglas,
Yes.
Debbie Bain, yes, Ken Miller,
Yes.
Rocky Preston,
Yes.
Greg Byrd,
Yes.
Frank Lashley,
Yes.
Gary Byrd,
Yes.
Dwayne Fowler,
Yes.
Sonny Hall,
Yes.
Bill Melton,
Yes.
Mike Nunnery,
Yes.
Gary Holland,
Yes.
Gary Key,
Yes.
Gary Price,
Yes.
Jeff Murphy,
Yes.
Roseanne Ward,
Yes.
anyone wish to change their vote? 17 yes, motion carries.
Resolution 9 is a resolution by Mayor Mark Ward to budget funds in the amount of $12,275.12 received from insurance recovery on vehicles to the proper line item. Motion by Milton, second by Holland. Any questions? Roll call, please.
Keith Darnell,
Yes.
Marty Douglas,
Yes.
Debbie Bain, yes, Ken Miller,
Yes.
Rocky Preston,
Yes.
Greg Byrd,
Yes.
Frank Lashley,
Yes.
Gary Byrd,
Yes.
Dwayne Fowler,
Yes.
Sonny Hall,
Yes.
Bill Murphy,
Yes.
Mike Nunnery,
Yes.
Gary Holland,
Yes.
Gary Key,
Yes.
Gary Price,
Yes.
Jeff Murphy,
Yes.
Roseanne Ward,
Yes.
anyone wish to change their vote? Motion carries, 17 yes.
Resolution 10 is a resolution by Mayor Ward to budget funds in the amount of $14,000 from the Archive Fund to proper expenditure line to purchase shelving for the Benton County Archives. Motion by Arnold and second by Bain. Any questions about the archives? Roll call, please.
Keith Darnell,
Yes.
Okay. Do we have an amendment for this one?
It's on the next one.
Okay,
I'm sorry,
that's okay.
Marty Douglas,
Yes.
Debbie Bain,
Debbie Bain?
yes. Ken Miller,
Yes.
Rocky Preston,
Yes.
Greg Byrd,
Yes.
Frank Lashley,
Yes.
Gary Byrd,
Yes.
Dwayne Fowler,
Yes.
Sonny Hall,
Yes.
Bill Melton,
Yes.
Mike Nunnery,
Yes.
Gary Holland,
Yes.
Gary Key,
Yes.
Gary Price,
Yes.
Jeff Murphy,
Yes.
Roseanne Ward,
Yes.
anyone wish to change their vote? Motion carries, 17 yes.
Resolution 11 is a resolution by Mayor Ward to appropriate and budget funds in the amount of $8,000 to a proper expenditure line to purchase shelving to the Benton County Archives. We have an amendment to this resolution. Okay, motion to amend by Arnold and a second by Terry King.
They were doing the amendment, motion for.
Did I say amendment? Oh, I'm sorry, okay. Let's go back. This is to bring the resolution to the floor. Motion by Arnold and King. Okay, now I need someone to make an amendment. This one needs to be Melton to amend and Kenneth Melton to second it. And it looks like the amendment is just the amount.
Yeah, the amendment is to change from $8,000 to $9,100. The first resolution did not have sufficient funds to cover the cost.
Okay. So you understand we're changing the amount from $8,000 to $9,100. If you're for the amendment, please vote. Roll call.
Arnold?
Yes.
Marty Douglas?
Yes.
Debbie Bain? Yes. Kenneth Miller?
Yes.
Roger Preston?
Yes.
Brett Burt?
Yes.
Frank Lassiter?
Yes.
Gary Carter?
Yes.
Dwayne Fowler?
Yes.
Sonny Hall?
Yes.
Bill Melton?
Yes.
Mike Nunn?
Yes.
Terry Collins?
Yes.
Terry Key?
Yes.
Terry Price?
Yes.
Jeff Murphy?
Yes.
Roseanne Ward?
Yes.
Anyone wish to change their vote? Motion carries. 17.
Now you're voting on Resolution 11 as it was just amended. I'm sorry I interrupted. Okay. Roll call, please.
Keith Arnold?
Yes.
Marty Douglas?
Yes.
Debbie Bain? Yes. Kenneth Miller?
Yes.
Roger Preston?
Yes.
Brett Burt?
Yes.
Mike Lashley?
Yes.
Gary Carter?
Yes.
Dwayne Fowler?
Yes.
Sonny Hall?
Yes.
Bill Melton?
Yes.
Mike Nunn?
Yes.
Terry Collins?
Yes.
Terry Key?
Yes.
Terry Price?
Yes.
Jeff Murphy?
Yes.
Roseanne Ward?
Yes.
Anyone wish to change their vote? 17.
Resolution 12. It's a resolution by Mayor Mark Ward to appropriating budget funds in the amount of $15,572.50 to the proper expenditure line to fund expenses for the Benton County Election Commission. Motion by, who said that? Arnold, and second, Paul. Paul, yeah. Any questions for Mr. Beasley since he's sitting out there in the office?
I'll be glad to explain it.
I don't think we need, does anybody want anything? Explain.
I
Okay.
explained it in committees.
Yeah, we heard about it in the committees. So, roll call, please.
Keith Arnold?
Yes.
Marty Douglas?
Yes.
Debbie Bain? Yes. Kenneth Miller?
Yes.
Roger Preston?
Yes.
Brett Burt?
Yes.
Frank Lashley?
Yes.
Gary Carter?
Yes.
Dwayne Fowler?
Yes.
Sonny Hall?
Yes.
Bill Melton?
Yes.
Mike Nunn?
Yes.
Terry Collins?
Here. Yes.
Yes.
Key? Gary Price?
Yes.
Jeff Murphy?
Yes.
Roseanne Ward?
Yes.
Anyone wish to change their vote? 17.
Resolution 13. Okay, Resolution 13 is a resolution by Sheriff Ken Crisper to appropriate funds in the amount of $42,000 from the unassigned fund balance of the general fund to an expenditure line item to cover costs associated with entering into a contract with Flock Safety to provide license plate readers and live view cameras in multiple locations throughout the county. Need a motion? We have one by Commissioner Price and a second by Commissioner Bain. Do we have any questions or discussion right now? Commissioner Fowler, you're
We talked about this. Are we gonna run this for 3 years or 1 year? Or, okay. Do you think with the city, if the city goes through with theirs, that we might could work with the city So maybe, we're going for 14 cameras, correct? 12. So do you think maybe before the contract is up, or before we do anything, it seems like it works and everything works, that we'd relook at it and maybe kind of partner with the city and, because we want the same cameras pointing the same place. I know it's not going to happen though. But, with 12 and they're 4, we got 16 cameras here in Benton County. I mean,
she told me today that she did Walmart buying in with it.
and they're gonna put some, okay. But, it's still, that's what, $42,000, right? Okay. When I was listening to Pamela Marivella's show and Mark was talking about, raising property tax, maybe 10 cents. Was that something, was said?
That was not said.
What was it said? What was
You're
said?
making up stuff again.
What was it said? Not again, but I might have this time. What was said?
I don't remember, but I didn't say anything about raising property tax in 10 cents. I said this was the sheriff's decision.
Right.
If he thinks it's what he needs to help keep
Right.
us safe, then that's all on him. And he's the one that's bringing this up to the county commission.
Right.
That $42,000 was a lot of money. That when we finished the budget back this year, we had about 20,000 left over from our revenues to our expenses. And I don't know how much $42,000 will be in the years to come up with on property tax. That's exactly what I said.
All right. But, we talked about it. And I could have, maybe I misheard that. I'll have to look back.
You did.
Maybe I'll have to look back on it and see.
You most definitely did.
But with everything going on, wouldn't you think it'd be good if we could work something with the city and, have them give a little more or whatever we got going on to keep the expense down?
We would automatically do part of it through the law. Each
Right.
camera feeds off of the other across the state. So what we would have access to is about 2,600 cameras in the state of Tennessee.
Right.
So we would automatically, each one, further information is given to go into all agents, all law enforcement.
Well, I'm on the other side of it, I'm like some people, that's Big Brother looking at you all the time, and, if we're gonna do a 1 year, do a 1 year deal and look at it again, and just see how it affects the Benton County. And re-look at it, could you agree to doing that? Okay, that's what I wanted to do.
For either of these other two companies that we mentioned tonight, were they contacted concerning these cameras?
I don't believe so. In the law enforcement meeting, I think we discussed they were connected to the state contract. We didn't have to go out and undo it.
It's not called a state contract. It's that organization that you're a member of that looks and finds the best price for, who is it, Tim? Omniport. So if you're a member of that, you don't have to put it out for bids. And the gentleman who spoke earlier, he looked up state law, and that's good, but county law is even more restrictive. If it's over $10,000, you're supposed to put it out for bids. But if it's on a state contract, or if it's through one of these subsidiary companies, Charlie, what's the name of that company? Sourcewell. If it's a member of Sourcewell, which y'all are, and the school system are, so you can get by with not putting it out for bids. Whether that's in the best interest of the county, I don't know. It's supposed to be. So that's just up to you guys.
You also have a sole source letter already.
Sole source letter from Sourcewell or Omni?
From Flopsy.
From Flop,
themselves,
okay.
they are a sole source provider of their
Yeah.
platform for its capabilities.
Any other commissioner? Commissioner Lashley?
I would like to, validate, his statement as far as our voting this would be within the confines of what we're supposed to do as far as bids, before we go forward. I wouldn't want to, vote on it erroneously.
I think we have a county attorney here to ask.
I'm sure it'd take
probably
you
elaborate on that more than I
until
should.
next meeting to verify it, unless you have information already.
No, that's would be necessary.
Yeah.
I do not have that information already, so we need time to verify.
Well, Mr. Jackson brought up some good points. I would just like to validate our process here and make sure that that's correct. I would say I'm for the resolution as long as we voted correctly.
Yeah, I'm not against it. Like I said, if the sheriff feels like that's something he needs to keep us safe, that's his prerogative and y'all's position to fund it. But we have used Sourcewell, we've used state contracts before and not getting written up by the comptroller. So I can say that, but I'd rather have the county attorney to look into it to make sure.
Well, if, budget and the mayor's office, everybody else thinks that we're within our reasonable bounds to do that, I would go ahead and vote for it.
Phil, we've done that on several things. This would fall in the same category, wouldn't it?
It's right, but like you said, he needs some time to verify.
And I'm in the business of enhanced prevention work around here, so. I'm sorry.
Did you not already look into?
Into the contract itself, I reviewed the contract itself and made just revisions which they've agreed to in principle. Sheriff was agreeable to, and we've asked them to make those revisions. They agreed to those in principle. We don't have the final contract in hand, but that's kind of where we stand on the contract itself. But as far as procedure to bid or fund the contract in relation to the CPO or the single source letter and that kind of thing, I would need some time to do that.
I would like for the attorney to verify. We're okay with this.
Sheriff, would it hurt to put this off a month so he can do the due diligence?
No, sir, absolutely. I'd be all for that.
Because we would like to have the contract in hand that y'all negotiated that was going to make it 14-day retention instead of whatever it was. And a sole source letter, and then him find out the legality of us not putting it out for bids since it's over 10,000.
Yeah, I'm absolutely in agreement. I want to make sure we're viable.
I think it'd be smart.
Okay, so you're requesting that we pull this resolution? You're asking us to pull the resolution?
I would like to look at the table to give you more information on it. I think that would be a good idea to do the attorney get out. They have agreed to everything that I asked to be changed in that contract. And says they agreed to it. I don't have it in front of them. They haven't got it back yet. But they did agree to it.
I think your proper motion would be to postpone it until next month.
That's fine. I'm in total agreement.
Okay.
I think I want to be right. I would like to say something about it.
Okay, you recognize.
A lot of false information has been given out over the last few days. What I started out doing was trying to protect the county. I never or would never do anything against citizens of that county. Absolutely. It started out as something, for the last 11 years, I've asked for 3 more officers to help cover this county. It would cause more tax dollars to be used. But if we don't have enough people, we need them out there. This was just a cheaper way of looking at trying to get not officers on the ground like we need, but we could put it up so if anybody, as they refer to them, I believe, as bad players or whatever, block call them, it would let us know when they come into our county. It would also cover amber alerts, silver alerts, anything like that. It's not intended to do anything else. It doesn't write speeding tickets. All this other stuff that's been thrown out there. If it wasn't proper, these other counties and cities would have been using it and have been using it for a long time. I'm trying to tie into what comes out of Jackson, Memphis, Paducah, wherever these people come from. It just notifies us when they're in our county. That's all I'm trying to do, the best way that I can to protect the people in this community. That's what I'm against do. That's what I want to do. But there's been a whole lot of stuff been told about this, and it's absolutely false. Not saying that happened tonight, because I don't know the statistics of what we discussed this morning. We had a good conversation this morning, and I understand his concerns. I understand anybody's concerns. I don't want my right violated. But when you start out trying to do something, and lies get told, sitting around drinking coffee at restaurants smarter than everybody else. Everybody's asking the same question we're asking. If it wasn't a good thing, it would still be in business. Get sued, yes, they can get sued. Can we get sued with the contracts that we're drawing up with them if their information went out to somebody else? No. They can sue us, but we would turn around and counter-sue SWAT for not doing what we agreed to in the contract. It's just been misrepresented to people, and the people in this county, there's ways on the county commission to make the decision. I don't control or touch any money. Everything I have to do, I have to go through the county commission to approve. If they don't want to approve this, and we don't think, or so many lies have been told that they don't know what to do what they want to do. They can vote on that. I ask them for the money. I think it's a good thing. I'll always believe it's a good thing. If you look deeper than just what the negative points that are being brought up, and look at the good points. How many children have been found missing children in Memphis? Just Memphis alone, 250 something. We've got human trafficking, whether anybody wants to believe it or not, in our county. We've got drugs in our county. I know y'all all know that. We've got a lot of drug traffic going through our county, up and down the river on the interstate. Since Love's truck stop is coming in, our calls on that end of the county in that area are triple what they ever were. I'm just trying to take care of the people in the county. I hope everybody understands that. It's meant to be a good thing, but nobody's pointing out the good things that have happened. Murder over in Henry County 2-3 months ago, they would probably have never made a connection to Henry County off of that one thing right there. But they caught him in Murfreesboro off of these license plate readers. He went by a rehab center 3 times, and the same day that girl disappeared. We got a Henry County tag on there that connected back to the man with the tag in Henry County and solved it in 2 days. It has a lot of good points, but if you feel like we don't need it, it's not for me to decide. I'm throwing it out there as what we need to do for our county, I believe. And I've been doing this for 34 years now. This is one of the best tools I've ever seen. All of the sheriff's departments and city police departments I've spoken with have been very highly of what's done in their area. If you don't want it, then let the county commission decide not to do it. I'm not going to be upset either way. I'm just trying to do what I know to do. When I came in office, I said I will do the best I can do with what I'm given to work with. Well, I'm not being given a whole lot to work with. Everybody says I come back up here and act for something. I got enough money on the front end, it wouldn't have to come back. But this is where we're at. Okay? I just want to.
Sheriff, I was thinking while you were speaking, you don't actually have the authority to postpone a resolution. We have to do that as a vote. But what you can do is just say, I want to pull it until next week. You want to make a motion to postpone?
I'll second.
Okay.
I'd like to make a motion to postpone it, and I'd also like to say it for the plan.
Well, wait just a minute. Let me get a second. A second by Commissioner to postpone this resolution until next month. Terry King. Okay, now you recognize Commissioner Arnold.
Madam Chair, I'm like the sheriff, I read Facebook some, and there's a lot of information out there that's not right, my district, the Douglas district, covers the interstate. We get lots of traffic coming up down the interstate, who all's coming into the truck stop, moving into Benton County from other areas. I've had renters in the past that, I thought was really nice folks, that community justice, that they wanted to find a small county somewhere that's not got the resources to track them down. I agree with the sheriff, he needs more deputies, at night, there's no way to cover the county with the many deputies he got. But the one deputy costs us about, $50,000 a year salary plus cars, and, we're getting 12 deputies more or less to put around this county for work 365 days a year, 7 days a week for us. And they're not going to be, if you ain't doing nothing, you ain't got to warn them, you ain't got your tag entered in there, there's probably no reason to worry about. We're worried about surveillance. How many of us go to Walmart and they take your picture when you check out at Walmart? How many of you got a cell phone and you talk about something and then you look on Facebook and there's 1,500 ads for what you just talked about? you know. So we're not stopping going to Walmart, we're not stopping using our cell phones because of it. I'm worried about the elements that's moving into Benton County and the people that's coming through that we don't know about. Because I've been involved in the criminal justice system with bail bonding, with private probation companies in Benton County over the years, and dealt with a lot of times that, you know, folks, you know, you've got people that's got some reputations that we don't need, you know, coming in our area and traveling through, being drug busts. So, I mean, I think it's a good deal. It's got a potential for somebody to sue you. You get sued because they don't like the color of my boots. And that's just the way it is. But I think it's a good, thing for us to use, you know, for our county. Because, you know, if my grandkids got kidnapped, I sure would like to know that, you know, that block system's out there and they can track them going to another county. And, you know, I think it would be fine taking the resolution like we're doing it right now, you know, voting on it. But it's better for us to take it to the next month. That's why I made that motion. Let's make sure our ducks are in the road, everything's good, and let's do the best we can with what we've got. Because, like I said, you got just like hard trucks you put out there on the road. We were watching, you know, the interstate, Big Sandy, Harmons Creek areas, rural areas, you know, people goes and kind of hides there. So that's my comment.
Yeah, well, Commissioner Nunley's been wanting to speak for a little while. Commissioner Nunley, you're recognized.
I would just implore that everyone, I know we all have a different way that we figure out how we're gonna vote, and a lot of times we just shoot from the hip, we all know that, but I've spent a lot of time on this, lots of emails, lots of text messages. My constituents are opposed to it in general. And I would suggest you spend some time this next month talking to your constituents. Don't just come here and shoot from the hip on something that, whether you think it's right or wrong, the ones that elected us are the ones that need to make this decision.
You are correct.
And that's all I have to say about that.
Okay. Commissioner Douglas.
I just have a question for the sheriff. If we put this off another month, is Life still gonna go with the free installation? I mean, are they gonna get tired of fooling with us? This is several months now. We've been trying to decide on this and.
I can't answer that, but I do agree that we do need to put this off. I know that I'm all for that. I want it to be right. And if there's a better way, I'm all for that. I just haven't seen or heard of a better way to do it. But let's just make sure that we're correct. And then we'll check the clock and see if they'll wait.
Did you want to say something, Marty? Okay, you recognize.
Going with Mike's point, over the last month, talked to lots of people. The very vocal element on your internet is against it. But me having conversations with people, it's been almost overwhelmingly for it, with the caveat of the price. I would say if we're postponing this for a month, I would ask that do due diligence. I want to see if there's any grants to help pay for it, anything that we can look for that way to help pay for it. Because the majority of the people that I've talked to have, the opposition is the $42,000. Lots of them think it's a good thing. Is there another way to pay for it? So is there a way to find a grant? Is there some other place to get money from it? And the vocal part of the people against it. But one thing that I've looked at, because same thing, read all the Facebook comments, emails and everything, but the sheriff's department put a post out, information on it on Facebook. That post had a bunch of comments, but it also had, at one point today, 520 people like that post. So they may not be speaking out against it, but you have lots of people in favor of this, just concerned about the price.
Anyone else? Commissioner Murphy.
Real quick, the sheriff is right, everybody's right, there's a lot of false information out there. One of the angles that presented to me costs too much. Let me tell you something, $42,000 is less than 3/4 of a penny sales tax. Benton County, a penny generates just over $50,000. So about 3/4 of a penny is what this would cost for a year for our county.
Thank you. Thank you for that information. Anyone else? Okay, we'll move on on the agenda. We have number 21, which is appointing the notaries. We have 3, Roy Allen Day Jr., Angela Bain, and Kevin Pence. Need a motion to approve the notaries? Motion by Miller, second by Douglas. All in favor of the notaries, say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed the notaries? Okay. Under any other business, have we, okay, Commissioner King.
Madam Chairman, do we have to vote on that postponement?
Yeah, you got a motion in a second.
Did we not ever vote on that? I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Okay, we have a motion in the second, so let's vote. I need a roll call vote for postponement. Okay.
Darnold?
Yes.
Warren Douglas?
Yes.
Judy Bain? Yes. Miller?
Yes.
Robert Presley?
What are we voting for?
The postponement of the sheriff's resolution.
Yes.
I got in a hurry, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Lashley?
Yes.
Yes.
Dwayne Fowler?
Yes.
Matt Hall?
Yes.
Bill Melton?
Yes.
Mike Nunnery?
Yes.
Mike Collins?
Yes.
Bill Key?
Yes.
Mary Clyde?
Yes.
Bill Murphy?
Yes.
Jeff Murphy?
Yes. Both of them.
Sorry, Sorry.
Yes.
Anyone wish to change their vote? 17.
Okay. Anybody else before I have a couple things? Okay. Remember next month, the meeting is like it was this month. It falls on President's Day, so we will be meeting on Tuesday night, the 17th. Your statement of interest, that form we have to fill out yearly, I think it is, from the state ethics office. I got an email to fill that out. Statement of interest. You might check and see if you're supposed to file one. The last day to file is the 31st of January. You might ask.
Yeah, everyone's required to fill that out.
So if you haven't filed yours, you know what I'm talking about, the statement of interest. Okay, do that by the 31st. Our County Commission's Governmental Affairs Committee will be meeting on February the 6th. And what we do is we go over all of the bills that have been entered this year, that have been introduced. And this committee sits from about 9 o'clock in the morning, about 3 in the afternoon, and we go over each bill, and our committee decides if we strongly support it, or if we just support or strongly support. We vote if we oppose it or if we strongly oppose it. That meeting is in Lebanon at the Wilson County Fairground. And, last year, for the last couple of years, it's been Commissioner Murphy and Commissioner Price and myself. We go to the meeting. It's very interesting because you get to understand all the bills and you get to voice your opinion. And as a commissioner, as the state county commission organization, we vote if we approve them or don't and all that. It's really interesting. I'd like to see some of y'all come to that.
Do they have any good taverns close by?
I'm sure, yes, I'm sure Wilson County has some of those. I know we get fed a good lunch. We do eat lunch. 2, 3, 4. Now, the last thing I've got to say is that, what is it?
Horse show. Yeah. Council drag racing.
All right, we do have one resolution, y'all, that was brought in late, but it did go through committees. Do y'all have a copy of it, number 14? I need a motion to suspend the rules to bring this resolution to the floor. Motion by Bain and Miller. Okay, roll call please to suspend the rules.
Yes. Yes.
Miller?
Yes.
Yes.
Brett Murphy?
Yes.
Lashley?
Yes.
Greg Carter?
Yes.
Dwayne Fowler?
Yes.
Sam Hall?
Yes.
Bill Melton?
Yes.
Mike Nunnery?
Yes.
Gary Holland.
Yes.
Gary King.
Yes. Sorry. Too much noise.
Gary Joe Ross.
Yes. What?
Gary Price.
Those two men sitting back there on the back row.
Jeff Murphy.
Yes.
Yes.
Anyone wish to change their vote? 17 yes.
Okay. Okay, that was to suspend the rules. Now we're going to vote on this resolution. Number 14 is a resolution by Mayor Mark Ward to appropriating budget funds in the amount of $346,138.20 to a proper line items for expenditure to the local utility districts as a part of a reimbursable grant. Motion by Arnold, second by Miller. Any questions? Okay, there are none. Roll call, please.
Keith Arnold.
Yes.
Martin Decker. Yes. Eddie Laing.
Yes.
Tim Miller.
Yes.
Buddy Griffin.
Yes.
Ray Ward.
Yes.
Ron Basley.
Yes.
Gary Bird.
Yes.
Wayne Fowler.
Yes.
Sonny Hall.
Yes.
Bill Melton. Mike Mooney.
Yes.
Gary Hall.
Yes.
Gary King.
Yes.
Gary Price.
Yes.
Gary Murphy.
Yes.
William Ward.
Yes.
Anyone wish to change their vote? Motion carries.
Okay, I have one announcement and then I'm finished, I promise. As of today, we can officially announce that the seat in the first district, commissioner seat in the first district is now vacant. So we will have, that run in the paper. We'll announce that in the paper. And anybody that's interested in that seat will come forth next month in February for that appointment. So we'll make that appointment next month. Yes, okay, and there's one other thing, Miss Rita. Will you come forward, please?
I'll make this brief as I can. I just wanted to touch on one thing that was mentioned earlier about our airport and a fixed-based operator. We were compared to Beach River, which is the airport located at Parsons Lexington Airport. That's a regional airport. Their runway's 1,000 foot longer than ours. They're also 25 feet wider. They can accommodate much more than we can. Obviously, we're not a regional airport. I do find it something that now that the airport board, Mayor Ward, the majority of the commission, and myself have spent 3 years building something out of our airport, we now fully renovating the runway, remodeling the terminal, increasing airport safety, lowering the county's liability at our airport. And now we want to discuss handing it over to a business to run, someone who does not have the best interest of our county at heart. Lexington FBO will limit the control or end the county's control over our airport in terms of operations, revenue building, land use, quality of service, branding, and airport improvements. Also, keep in mind, and I encourage all of you and those of you watching tonight to look up FAA grant assurances. There are 40 of them. We are obligated by those 40 grant assurances. That is a great issue at our airport, as many of you all know. Those 40 assurances are what guide us in what we are allowed to do and not to do as a federally obligated airport because we receive federal funds. When you review those grant assurances, please pay close attention to numbers 5, 23, 24, and 25. Those are ones that are relevant and an issue for us. And before we want to talk about handing our airport over to a business, let's discuss collecting all the revenue that's due at our airport. That would be a great start. So why are we not having that conversation? If we want to talk about transparency, let's talk about that. So ears up, Commissioner Fowler. Commissioner Murphy, the airport has not collected rent on the 6 largest buildings that we have on airport property in many, many years. According to airport records, one tenant has been allowed to store up to 27 aircraft on airport property at no rent, as far as our records show. And the county pays those utilities in the way of electricity and water. So we're talking about, at today's rate, $4,000 a month equals $48,600 a year. Over 10 years, we're talking about $486,000. So when you talk about the airport at a loss, let's collect what the county and these taxpayers are due before we talk about the airport at a loss. You've come to my office on 2 different occasions with talking points, Commissioner Fowler, talking about grandfathering people in. As I told you on that day, the FAA and TDOT Aeronautics do not recognize grandfathered in. You voted against the litigation. You voted against us fixing this grant assurance issue. You're putting our airport at jeopardy to have to repay federal grants. I don't quite understand that because you're the one who is drilling down on my accounting. However, you only look at my accounting. You nor, to my knowledge, Commissioner Murphy, have pulled the accounting prior to my appointment. How do you know where our airport is or where it's come from without comparing those numbers? And if you have pulled those, that's never been a part of your discussion with me. You always talked about grandfathering in and giving away 6 large box hangars at our airport. How can we act like what's happened at the airport over the last 2 decades is fair? That's one of the grant assurances, is economic non-discrimination. So we're telling the 20 tenants on the north end of the airport that they must pay their rent or they must be removed from the airport. However, you have one person that is allowed to control 6 of the largest buildings on our airport. That's discrimination at its best. I feel we have commissioners that are putting personal agendas above the financial stability of this county. They are against the growth of the airport. I would like to have everyone educate yourself. Come to the airport. I would be happy to share documentation with you. But we have to fix this problem. This is not about allegiances, personal priorities. This is about getting our airport thriving again and collecting what this county is due. And I do encourage the people that have been contacting me at the airport. I do welcome those questions. I do appreciate all of the people that have reached out to learn more about the airport and are not taking the rumors that they hear as facts. So I do appreciate that. Does anyone have any questions?
No, I would like to speak since you've formally pointed me out. And we talked about this right here. I never talked to you about no grandfathering in or nothing of that nature. What I'm discussing here is I've looked back at 20 and 2021. We've always lost money at that airport. Here's what we've done. In 2023, you come on board, we agreed with $30,000, and Mark give you a $35,000 grant, or vice versa right there. And we set your salary at $65,000. Then he tells me that we can't change it. We are losing, and anybody is more than welcome to go into the mayor's office and pull the airport's analysis on what you paid out and what you deposited. Back in 2021, yes, the airport lost about $30,000. We're losing $109,000. A fixed-based operation that comes in and takes that over, we don't have to worry about nothing like that. We draw a lease from it and it'll be done. But right now, we're losing money. And $109,000, you proved to me that you don't, from these reports right here, that you ain't lost $109,000. And so far this year, you've lost $48,000. I've got it right here if anybody wants to look at it. It's a lot of bull crap to look at. But once you learn it, you learn it. And I promise you. Now, you can sit up there and spill everything about this deal with whatever. The lawsuit's going to solve that problem, I'm sure. You sit there spraying that, but whatever happened with only giving you And here's the deal, you got 65 and you got another $35,000 person. We've never had that much money paid out to an airport for nothing. You talk about all the runway stuff and things of that nature. Guess what? The state pays everyone up to do it. You talk about the grants. Hold up. You'll have to put that all off and prove to me. You talk about all the grants we got coming in to repair the airport. That's great. I'm game on 20 grand to get 700 something thousand. But you know, there's some things there that you didn't even consider on that side as far as building on the building. Ma'am, it ain't the point of everything that we got going on with that I have a problem with. I have a problem with the final numbers. And I got them right here. There's no way around it. There's nothing.
There
and
is a way
a fixed base, I didn't interrupt you, a fixed base operation, it's not a great thing, but it solves it all. You collect your lease, you let it roll, and you let it go. They're all FFA granted. They can get all the grants. I ain't done as much research on you to back up what you're talking about. You talk about, hold up, she sat here and persecuted me for a few minutes, and we're going to listen just a little bit more. I ain't had my time
to speak
yet.
about the airport. She's had her time to speak about
Well, I didn't get the full time she gave me.
And we can argue back and forth.
We can argue all about it, folks. If you want to see the numbers, I got them.
I'm going to
Or go to
move
the
on
mayor's
to
office. Thank you so much.
County attorney. We need to set up a date for tonight, for this meeting.
Anytime after 2 p.m. on those days.
23rd looks good.
23rd is a Monday, is that
I can do the 24th or 25th. I can't do the 23rd. I got a fire class. I'd like to be there.
24th looks good.
24th and none of this, 23rd, 25th, or 26th.
Okay. 25th looks good.
25th.
At what time?
Anytime after 2, so.
What do you guys want to set the time at?
4 o'clock, 6.
What's that?
Okay, we've got 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock. Let me see the hands for 4 o'clock. Okay, let me see the hands for 6. Okay, 6 has it. 6 o'clock. Here at the courthouse.
25, 6.
Okay, now I need a motion to adjourn.
Madam Chairman, I have an announcement.
Okay, sure, go ahead, Mr. King.
On February the 6th, we're going to have a dedication out at Cedar Lakes for Mr. Ralph Rogers.
Okay.
The county's graciously purchased the signs, and we're going to add a sign in his memory going into Cedar Lakes. And it'll be at 1 o'clock. The Commissioner of Veterans Affairs will be there from Nashville, and I'm sure family members also. But I just want to put that out to everybody and the public to come out and honor a great man.
That's the 6th?
February 6th, February. At 1 o'clock.
February 6th.
Okay, thank you. And Mr. Douglas just pointed out for me to announce that anybody that's running for office, February the 19th at noon is the last time to turn your papers in. Not at noon, but like 2 seconds before noon. You can't walk in right at noon. Okay, Ms. Bain.
Something on everybody, since, and I'm just gonna real quick go back and like that. Since the big issue seems to be the 42,000 for the 12 cameras, originally it was 8 for 24,000. No, I don't think so. Originally it was 8, we added up to 12. I'm kind of wondering if it would make everybody happy if next month we just went back to the original 8.
Well, you also, you have the 12 cameras in this price, but you also have the 2 live cameras, so it's really 14 cameras, right? Sure. That's what run the price on up where it's at, I believe, but I think that's something that's really needed.
We need a couple on the, especially if they're on the market.
Did the original bid have any of the live cameras?
I mean, I just thought if it would bring the price down where everybody might make people happy.
Something for discussion.
That would be something for the sheriff to look at. Okay, now we need a motion to adjourn. Motion by Arnold and second by Mitchell. We are adjourned.
We're gonna be told. She said,